Yo everyone, thanks for joining me once again for Larry's full card betting guide. This weekend we have UFC Fight Night, Vegas 108, Taira vs Park to look forward to, and I'm keen to go through some of my own bets and ideas for betting opportunities for the card. I do apologize if I sound bad during the video, as a few of you already know I have been pretty badly sick recently, but the good news is I do feel a lot better today, and I think I should be feeling relatively like back to normal come fight night. I also just want to give a pretty sincere thank you to everyone in the comment section of my prediction and breakdown video for this week's card. I don't know if you guys even really know, but it truly does mean a lot to me seeing all those nice comments wishing me well whilst I'm sick. You know, I actually started this channel like on a random thought about like a random video idea with one of my friends, and I'm finding myself super happy just to talk with some people in the community now, in the comment sections. And when you guys just ask me questions and stuff in general, I just love it. I really do enjoy it. I appreciate all of you guys, and I hope to keep building this channel up with you guys along for the ride. Anyways, to finally get into the video, I'll be going through absolutely everything in this betting guide, from who I pick to win each fight, my own strong favorites and solid underdogs, my favorite lock of the card and underdog lock of the card, and to finish off, I will walk you guys through all my own personal bets just so you can see what I've decided to do with all the research I've put into this card. We've been doing quite well with these betting guides overall. I'm pretty sure we're in profit 4 out of 5 of the last week so far in these videos, so I'm super happy with that. I've also recently said I'm thinking about starting to do fight companions of some of the fight cards, so if you guys are interested in seeing that potentially in the future, please let me know. I am a complete newbie though when it comes to streaming, so if any of you have some experience with that, your advice will be appreciated a ton. I'm hoping to start it sometime soon. As always, for these betting guides, timestamps are in the description and the comment section below if you guys want to skip to anything in particular. So without further ado, let's jump into it. What you're looking at here are the lists of favorites and underdogs for the entire card, and like I always say, this is just to show you guys who actually ended up picking to win on this card and how many of those picks were underdogs and favorites. If you haven't come here for my full card predictions and breakdown video for this card, where I talk in detail about all my reasoning for all my fighter picks, please go and check that out if you want some additional information on why I made the picks that I've made. And if you have come from that video, like I always say, thanks for supporting me and watching both the videos, guys. I appreciate it a lot. I will now highlight in green who my picks were for this card, and as you can see, this isn't a very like me card in terms of picking underdogs because I've only chosen one underdog on the card. I was super close to pulling the trigger on a few of the underdogs, but remember guys, these are just who I think will win their fights. I'll explain more later on in the next section about some big underdog opportunities and some big underdogs to look out for, guys. So let's move on now to my strong favorites and solid underdog section. And as you can see here for my strong favorite section, I've actually picked Austin Bashi, Rinya Nakamura, Kevin Vallejos, and Mateus Rebecki. The numbers next to the fighters' names are just the return you'll get on them if you were to bet on them. So for example, if you were to bet $100 on Rinya Nakamura to win, it would net you a profit of $25 overall. And for my American viewers, as far as I know, when he has the minus 400 next to his name, that's how much money you have to bet on the fighter to win $100 profit on your bet. I will say now, I like all of these favorites I've listed here. I wouldn't be surprised to see most, if not all of them, get finishes in their fights as well. Maybe Rinya Nakamura's fight might go the distance in my opinion. That's something that I probably see happening. But for everyone else, I think finishes all day. I think Austin Bashi by literally whatever he wants in my opinion. Most likely by rear naked choke early though. That is my call for that fight. I am excited to see how these fights play out though. Let's move on to the solid underdogs I've chosen for this card. I've personally chosen Felipe Boons, Tresean Gore, Nora Canol, and Hyun Sung Park as my picks for solid underdogs on this card. I do really think all these guys have a good chance of getting it done this weekend because of multiple factors. Felipe Boons is pretty solid, and Rafael Estevam, although he is good, he's coming in on short notice and he's always had a cardio problem. He gasses out every single fight he is in the third round. Boons will also be the better, more dangerous striker in my opinion in that matchup, so it makes it very interesting. Tresean Gore comes out like an absolute madman himself in the first rounds of some of his fights, and he's looking for a KO in this fight for sure, so this fight could end early. Nora Canol is super tough and always is hunting for a finish herself no matter what round it is either, and Hyung Sung Park is someone that I've been quite high on, and I'm a little sad that this matchup is on such short notice, but I don't think it's impossible for him to win either. That's how really good this guy is. I'm not underestimating him at all, guys. If you do want to know more in general though about all my picks on this card, like I said already earlier, go check out my full card predictions and breakdown video for every single fight on the card. I'll put a link to it somewhere on this video. It should be in like the top right corner or the description of the video. Now that we're onto the locks of the card section, this week I have ended up choosing Austin Bashi as my favorite lock of the card, as soon as they gave him a short notice replacement in a dude from the regional scene. I knew it was going to be the end of it for that guy, guys. I really do think Austin Bashi ends this fight early by submission. I've just watched too much tape showing how easily John Yanis gets taken down and controlled on the ground, and you have to think that someone as good at grappling as Austin Bashi is just going to maul this guy. That's my takeaway from that matchup, guys, and that's why Austin Bashi is my lock of the card for the favorites. Let's move on now to my underdog lock of the card. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, as you know, I've only picked one underdog for this card, so I'm pretty much forced to go with Nora Canol as my underdog lock of the card, but I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. She's gonna be coming forward and trying to put a pace and damage on Karol Rosa in this fight, and I love that in a WMMA fighter. I think she does well in this fight and wins a pretty solid decision win on damage. That's what I truly think happens, guys. Moving on now to high risk, high reward. This section is where I highlight one fighter on the card that I think has completely juiced odds relative to their chances of winning. It could be a fighter I haven't even necessarily picked to win in my predictions video, but it's someone that I think has a better chance to succeed than the odds makers say. I have had these bets hit 2 weeks in a row in this new segment. I did choose Marcus McGee last week and actually ended up placing the plus 3.5 round spread bet myself, and that bet did cash. The fighter I've chosen for this week is actually the main event underdog himself in Hyung Sung Park. I've said it a million times now, you've heard me say it in this video, I hate how this fight is on short notice, and I wish this matchup was with a full training camp preparing for one another, but out of all the underdogs on this card, Hyung Sung Park is the most technical, and honestly, he's the best fighter out of all of them by far. He's got great hands, he mixes up his strikes very well, he's better than Taira in my opinion in the striking, which might actually be an unpopular opinion, but he also, on top of that, has incredible grappling. The guy's rocking a 9-fight finish streak right now, guys. He's dangerous, and I won't overlook that. For the high risk bet, I did start off with the money line bet on him. He's got the skills to win this fight outright, and the money line on him is pretty solid overall. For a very high risk bet though, I do have him winning by points, but I don't think it's out of the question. I personally believe he's more versatile than Taira in the striking, and the more the fight gets prolonged on the feet, I do think he could have more success winning a decision, potentially by stealing the opening rounds. Now for the insane risk bet, I do have Park by KO, and the dude's just dangerous early. If the KO does happen for him, I think it happens in the first 2 rounds as well. He just packs a punch, guys. He's got quite a bit of power in his hands, and he's got a nasty body shot as well. For a safe-ish bet, if you guys wanted to know a safer one for me, I do like the plus 5.5 round spread bet. This is usually one that I do end up putting on myself sometime later on in the week. I did so last week, a day before the card. I like this one a lot. Hyung Sung Park will most likely have his best rounds early. I do think he's good enough to take a couple of rounds off Taira for sure with his striking, and potentially avoiding being submitted in the later rounds because of his solid grappling, making this fight go to decision. This section is high risk, high reward, guys, so all the bets are relatively risky, so play them at your own risk, guys. Best of luck to you. That's it for that section. Let's now move on to my personal bets I have on this card. And here they all are for you guys now. My current personal bets I have on this card, so you guys can check them all out. There are many different types of bets here, as you can see, so I'll run you through all of them now. The hidden bet in white is my subscribers bet of the week, and I'll reveal it for you guys right now. I have actually chosen this person here, who did say they recommended taking the over 1.5 rounds on Vieira and Gore, which I do like and I do agree on. I think Vieira can fight quite carefully. He's got quite the careful style, and he is relatively hard to finish as well. So if Gore just doesn't go out there and try to bum rush him and knock his head off within the first second of the fight, this bet should hit a lot of the time. That bet has been added to the guide, and I appreciate your comment, man, and thanks for all the comments, guys, on my predictions video, by the way. I do love the support, and it helps me out, and it helps me to keep pumping out these videos as well. If you guys want to be the subscribers bet of the week for the next betting guide, please leave your comments in the comment section below when I post my next prediction and breakdown video for your chance to be featured in the next betting guide. I'll start reading out the bets now, and we can start with the prop section. We've got the subscribers bet of the week, of course, there, the one that I just explained with Vieira and Gore. I've actually put in Kevin Vallejos by KO as well, and I do actually want to give out some credit to the commenter. I think his name was MMA Husky Hustler, I believe it was. I already had put it into the guide whilst making the video, but they also did comment this one down, so I'll give you a shout out there, man. If you're here, appreciate you. Next one, we have Austin Bashi. I managed to get a same game multi, which is something I'm not sure what it's called in America, but in Australia, it's called a same game multi. Parlays in general in Australia are usually called multis, if anyone wants to know. So I guess this might be called a same game parlay for you guys in America, but I'm sure someone will let me know in the comments. I did take Austin Bashi money line plus this fight to end under a round and a half. I really do see him getting him down and getting that sub inside 2 rounds. We just got to hope he doesn't cross that 2.5 minute line in the second round before getting the finish. I also added Rafael Estevam to win this fight by sub. I think it's the most likely scenario for him if he does win this fight, or he wins like a 29-28 decision win after losing the 3rd round, since he usually gasses out. But I'm seeing him getting the sub here. I have Mateus Rebecki and Esteban Ribovic as a parlay here. I feel pretty confident in both of them to get it done in their fights. They're really solid favorites with solid payouts, actually. I honestly think the margins are not very wide at all for them. Lastly, for the prop side, I have both my parlays here as well. One is the high-risk main card parlay, and the other one is my confident picks list as a parlay, plus Kevin Vallejos is added on top of it because I've been feeling more confident in him as time goes on. My main card picks parlay includes Kevin Vallejos, Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos, Nora Canol, Esteban Ribovic, Mateus Rebecki, and Tatsuro Taira. My last parlay is, of course, Austin Bashi, Rinya Nakamura, and Kevin Vallejos. Now to move over to my main bets I have here. These are all my single fighter bets normally, but I do have an extra prop bet plus on top because the left side was getting a little too packed over there. I've got my underdog lock of the card in Nora Canol here as a bet. I've already explained a lot on why that is in my predictions and breakdown video, and also in the locks of the card section of this video, so I won't break it down again for you guys. I'll save you some time. I've also got a bet on Andre Puliev, and I really do just think he outdamages Nick Klein in this fight, plus the odds on him as a favorite weren't terrible in my opinion. Lastly, I do have the bet on Piero Rodriguez plus Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos as a parlay, and I just think they both should get it done. I don't honestly see Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos losing to Neil Magny. It would be hard for me to see that in my opinion, and Piera Rodriguez should be able to win her fight. I think she has a pretty significant grappling advantage over Ketlin Souza, and I think she uses it to get a win here. That's it for the bets, guys, and good luck to everyone watching this video with your bets for this card. That's it for Larry's full card betting guide for UFC Fight Night, Taira vs Park. If you like the videos and want to see more of it, please let me know in the comments below, and make sure you like the video, of course, guys. If you do like the idea of potentially having a chat with me while the cards are live, let me know in the comments below, because I am going to start doing Fight Companions soon. I'll probably do the first few without a webcam since I still don't have one of those. Also, if you guys want to know when I'm usually posting these videos, I usually post the predictions and breakdown video on Mondays or Tuesdays, so that would be like a Sunday or a Monday for my American viewers, and I post the betting guides around Thursday normally, which should be Wednesday for my American viewers, I believe. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you guys next time.